Says more about me than them. All right, welcome back into the Sports Source. We're talking musicals. Thanks to Bob saying Bally High, we're debating whether or not we like musicals, which will never be on the air. This segment brought to you by Benedict Construction. Custom work, that's what they give you. Take a look at this. We showed you this last week. I wanted to show it again. Beautiful backyard. That patio is just gorgeous. The deck they built there, the pool right there next to the deck. It's just fantastic. And there are a lot more shots of this. You can actually go check out bcknoxville.com is their website. But Benedict Construction, if you are looking to remodel any part of your house, even the deck outside, they are the best group in East Tennessee to call. I say that because I know that. Benedict Construction. All right. Quick break from our fill-in-the-blank segments here. What we're going to do is tell you the forecast for Tennessee game by game. And the way we're going to do this, stormy, those are the hard games. All right, that's the tough games. Partly cloudy, those are games people shouldn't sleep on. I know everybody there says, there's 8 breeze games. Not really. We've got it listed as 4 and 4. 4 hard games with the stormy, 4 partly cloudy games, 4 sunny games that should be easy and a breeze. Should be. Chuck Cavaleris over at the Benedict Construction Big Board, he's going to be our Matt Hinkin today. And I've gone ahead. You've got the thundercloud is already in there. We've got storms ahead for Florida, at Georgia, at Texas A&M, Alabama. I think everyone would agree on that one. But Chuck, lead us the rest of the way here. Appy State, is that a breeze game or is that partly cloudy?
I've got that as got the sunshine on that one, John. It's a Thursday night game. I like the sunshine beaming over the Neyland Stadium.
Does everyone agree with that?
No.
You don't think that'll be a breeze?
Well, if we only got 4 breeze games, I don't think that's the 4 breeziest, sunniest. I don't think that's among the 4 sunniest games, no.
Okay, all right.
I do. I went with that one. And even though there's a part of me, I watched him play in a bowl game, and I saw some skill out there, but Butch Jones has his team ready to play in the openers. So I think that'll be, when you start looking at widest margin to win, I think that'll be among them.
We went back earlier this summer, it might have been like in May, but we went back and looked at Appy State since they won at Michigan. Every year they play one big team, and every year they get crushed. So that was the exception to the rule, was that Michigan game. That still is in there. It's like, well, they played Michigan tough. They haven't played anyone else tough. So I'm going to say that one. Most of us agree that one's sunny. Mike abstains. Mike disagrees. He doesn't abstain. Chuck, where are you going? Virginia Tech.
Virginia Tech, I don't sleep on this one. I mean, it's going to be a strange venue at Bristol. I mean, it's in between the two schools almost perfectly. I can see that giving you some trouble. I really can.
I think everyone agrees there that has to be one of your 4 partly cloudy. Ohio, picked by some to win the MAC this year.
I've got that as a sunny game, but I see it as a little bit of a trouble. It's the classic trap game where it falls on the schedule, but I still think Tennessee will take care of that.
All right, is that a sunny game or is that a partly cloudy game, guys?
I got it as a sunny game.
I would go partly cloudy. It worries me where they're at and the fact that they're good enough to hang around. You don't want a team good enough to hang around, like Chuck said, in a trap game.
Okay,
now,
so we got a couple of. Chuck makes the call. He's the meteorologist, so it stays a sunny game. I think that one's a sunny game, but we'll see. All right, so then you get the storms. The 4 storm clouds are all there. Where are you going to South Carolina?
South Carolina, I see the storm clouds there. I like even though the coaching change and all that, Spurrier departing to go to Florida, to be on the whole athletic department there. But South Carolina has been a tough win for Tennessee.
Yep.
Weird things have happened in that series and in that stadium. A couple of years ago, Tennessee had them beat. Clowney makes one play the entire game. That's the ball game. You go all the way back to '92, the game that really ended the Johnny Majors run. With the 2-point conversion that failed. A lot of weird things have happened for Tennessee. I think South Carolina is a bigger concern than most, and people would say, well, it's Muschamp. Yeah, Muschamp's 3-0 against you. So in terms of Muschamp.
I disagree. I think that's a sunny. I think South Carolina's awful. I think they're one of the 3 worst teams in the league. They got no offense and no defense.
I agree that they suck. I do, but on the road, after that other stretch, we'll talk about that a little bit. Tennessee Tech, that's got to be sunny.
I've got that sunny.
All right, so we got 2 partly cloudies remaining.
2 partly cloudy remaining. I'm going to give Kentucky one of those, and that's just because of you've got to give one of the 2.
They were picked for 4th in the East this year.
Yes, so I mean of these, and then go ahead, guys. I mean, what do you think? Should I let?
I switched. The I had South Carolina as Sunday, but I'm with you on Kentucky.
Okay.
And that they may be playing for a bowl game, which I hadn't been to in years. It may have a little bit more meaning for them then.
Well, and Stoops had the really good recruiting class for Kentucky a couple of years ago. So now those guys are juniors. They should be ready this year. So I put that as partly cloudy.
I think partly cloudy.
And I think, on my part, I think Missouri is kind of like Jimmy was saying about South Carolina. I think they're going to be really down. I think that was a program in turmoil at the end of the season. Tennessee went there and just manhandled them last year. So I would have that as a sunny game.
I was up in the air on those last two, and I made the decision because one of them is an SEC road game. Same reason I think South Carolina is going to be tougher. SEC road games, we watch it every year. Teams that shouldn't step up, step up. So I agree with you. I'd put sunny for Missouri, and I'd put cloudy for Vanderbilt.
Right.
Now, you guys, Missouri, Vanderbilt, who would get your sunny, who would be your partly cloudy?
I had switched out Missouri and South Carolina.
Okay.
I think Missouri has a really good defense, and I think South Carolina doesn't have defense or offense. So I went with Missouri.
Yeah. I kind of agree the way it lines up there. I think you could add one more partly cloudy in there.
Okay.
As good as I think Tennessee's going to be, I think some of these games are going to end up a little bit closer than Tennessee fans would want to think they are.
I think that's just the SEC. I mean,
Yeah,
that's what people need to remember is you don't just skate through. Alabama turned the ball over 5 times last year, had a touchdown go off on a guy's head, and Ole Miss beats them for the second straight year. Strange things can happen. So the idea that you're just going to cakewalk, I think, is a little off base. And another reason the South Carolina thing for me stands out, look where it is. You've played your 4 big boys there. You're either going to be feeling really good about yourself or trying to keep things together. And Butch Jones did a great job of keeping things together when they do have some losses. But that South Carolina game, to me, that's in a tricky position. You've got the open date before it. That's in a tricky spot, though, for me. So Jimmy and I, we completely disagree. Yes, that's good. Now, I do agree they suck, but I think that could be tough just over there. All right, good job, Chuck. You're a pretty good meteorologist. All right, when we come back, what we're going to talk about is why Tennessee will and won't. 2 different sides there. That's why the fingers are up. I'm doing the Trump thing. Why they will and won't win the East Division. Come on back.